Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing a task sheet 420, which is talking about fuel contaminants, things like that. So I was going to go up to the school and do this video. We have some jars with some good contaminated fuel samples. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to go to the school today. If you guys don't know, they're doing a lot of work on the campus, painting a lot of stuff and fixing some things up. And I think today they were doing something with the floors. So when we do get back, they have been doing some improvements to the facility. So I guess at least we'll have that to look forward to. So today I'm going to kind of do the best I can. I'll show you how to pull a fuel sample, and we'll take a look at whatever comes out of my truck, and we'll go from there. The task sheet talks about taking a sample, putting it in a graduated cylinder, like you'd see in science class or something. They want you to put, I think it's 90 milliliters of fuel in that cylinder, along with 10 milliliters of water. They want you to mix that up, let it sit, and after it sits for a while, that water will separate back out. And what happens with the water is it doesn't bond with the gasoline, but it will bond with the ethanol that's in the fuel. So after it settles, whatever is above that initial 10 milliliters of fuel, that's how much ethanol you have in your gasoline. So that is one way you can figure it out. I know in the dealership we actually had a special tool that would measure that. It was this little tool. You sat down on the bench and there was a spot, you'd pour your gasoline in it, and you'd hook your meter up to it and take a meter reading, and then you do a little math problem and it'd tell you the alcohol content in your gasoline, because that is something that'll happen sometimes. Maybe you'll get a car come in with a lean code or something. It turns out that they're running E85 or something when their car isn't a flex fuel car. It's not designed to run on E85, so that's something that you'll probably come across once or twice. But even if they didn't get the wrong fuel, sometimes maybe the truck that fills up at the gas station put the wrong stuff in the wrong tank, and now you got this weird mix stuff going on. But anyways, we're gonna take a sample real quick and see what this gas looks like. We'll probably put a little water in it so you guys can see actually what it would look like if you found some fuel that had some contamination. So we'll go over to the truck here in just a second and get a sample. So you see, we've got our truck running, and we're hooked up like we were yesterday to our port. We got our drain hose here coming over to a little plastic container to catch a fuel sample. Be careful what you're putting your fuel sample into. You don't want to put this in like an empty water bottle or any kind of drink bottle or anything. That's kind of a big no-no. Be careful using things like a styrofoam coffee cup. You don't want to put gasoline into something that the gasoline is going to eat away. So over time, like a coffee cup or a Whataburger cup or something like that will dissolve. But this is all I could find, around my garage that would work. It's clear. So just a little plastic something or other from the kitchen. But all we're going to do is hit our valve. You can see we got our sample going. So you want to get a fair amount just to make sure kind of get an accurate representation. You don't want just a little bit. You want to get a fair amount. But we got a good sample, so I'm going to shut the truck down and we'll take a look at this. So this is what we had come out of the truck. We got a decent sized sample. It's nice and clear. It's got maybe like a yellowish tint almost to it. Of course, it's going to have a specific smell that you guys will get used to over time. Dealing with this stuff quite a bit. But it looks pretty good. I'm going to get a little bit of water and put it in here and mix it up, and we'll take another look. So I put a little bit of water in there and shook this thing up. You can see how much cloudier it got. You can still see the water separated out at the bottom. I've got enough in there that you're not going to be able to get that all into solution. But you can see how much how much hazier this sample got. So a lot of times when you get this right out of the rail, that's what it's going to look like, just because it's already been agitated by the pump and moving through the lines and everything. So if I saw that right off the bat, I'd know something was wrong. But a lot of times, if you had just left this sit here, eventually all that water in the ethanol and everything would kind of separate back out again, and the top would kind of go back to being clear like it was, and everything's gonna fall down to the bottom. But people tend to buy the cheapest gasoline that they can, so you'll find a lot of crap in gas and diesel too. That was pretty common on the diesel side of things, is getting bad fuel. But that's why I try and stick with top tier gasoline when I can. But people make mistakes, so you don't always know what you're getting. But I've had pretty good luck sticking with top tier and name brand stations. But fill out that task sheet as best you can, and we'll move on to the next.